Footnotes from the Life Application Study Bible. The mother of James and John came to Jesus and knelt respectfully to ask a favor. She worshiped Jesus, but here her real motive was to get something from him. Too often this happens in our churches and in our lives. We play religious games, expecting God to give us something in return. True worship, however, adores and praises Christ for who he is and for what he has done. Don't use your church contacts as a means to get ahead. The mother of James and John asked Jesus to give her sons special positions in his kingdom. Parents naturally want to see their children promoted and honored, but this desire is dangerous if it causes them to stand in the way of God's specific will for their children. God may have different work in mind for them, perhaps not as glamorous, but just as important. Thus, parents' desire for their children's advancement must be held in check as they pray that God's will be done in their children's lives. According to chapter 27, verse 56, the mother of James and John was at the cross when Jesus was crucified. Some have suggested that she was the sister of Mary, the mother of Jesus. If this is true, James and John would have been Jesus' cousins. A close family relationship may have prompted her to make this request for her sons, thinking that Jesus would be coming into his kingdom soon because he was nearing Jerusalem. James, John, and their mother failed to grasp Jesus' previous teachings on reward and eternal life. They failed to understand the suffering they must face before living in the glory of God's kingdom. The cup was the suffering and crucifixion that Jesus faced. Both James and John would also face great suffering. James would be put to death for his faith, and John would be exiled. Jesus was showing that he was under the authority of the Father, who alone makes the decisions about leadership in heaven. Such rewards are not granted as favors. God the Father, who knows all things, will give perfect and just rewards.